Hello, this is Master Psychic Spirit Walker, your host from Starseed Psychics, and this is our podcast, which is made from our actual blog over at www.starseedpsychics.com. I'm very happy that you're with us today. Now enjoy the next episode of our blog.
With all the issues that surround women every dreaded month, it's good to know that there are herbs that you can use to alleviate most of your painful symptoms and replace lost nutrients and add more energy during a time when your energy seems to be taking a hike along with your other body fluids. One such herb I stand on for women's health and fitness is called evening primrose. For those of you that are having trouble regulating your periods each month and suffering from ups and downs about regular periods, this herb in the form of essential oil, evening primrose oil, can be taken like your regular symptom relieving drugs, and you will see a noticeable change in your control and comfort of your periods. The oil from this herb can be found in your local retail stores such as Walmart and CVS Pharmacy, usually nationwide. It can be obtained online simply by Googling the name evening primrose. The best way to use this herb is in its most popular form, the oil put into soft caplets. Something around a daily dose of 3000 mg or 3 capsules a day with meals is all you need to start seeing a very noticeable change in your moods, lighter periods, more regular periods each month, and less severe PMS symptoms. The oil of the evening primrose plant has been used for centuries as a folk remedy, even prescribed sometimes by a doctor because of its ability to deliver good results for women of all ages. Once you start taking the evening primrose, it must become a new addition to your life. The herb works so well that once introduced into your body, it will continue to work until you stop using it. Then you can guarantee a revert back to your old period ways. This herb is simply used for relieving PMS symptoms and regulating your periods only. On the contrary, evening primrose oil has more use than just this, although its prime role is women's health and fitness. Like all herbs, there is a multitude of uses for this herb. Hire a holistic advisor by the month. We currently retain one of the most renowned holistic masters in the world. Can't pay for the service all at once? No problem. If you use our integrated PayPal Pay Later feature, you can now pay monthly and there is no danger of losing your service or money because Starseed Psychics will be paid the total amount by PayPal immediately. Your payments will simply go through PayPal. Including but not limited to eczema, rheumatoid arthritis, menopausal symptoms, cancer, diabetes, asthma, cholesterol regulation, chronic headaches, prostate health, lupus, and it can be drunk as a tea as a metabolic way to fight obesity. So with so many uses for this herb both listed for women and men, why not add some evening primrose oil to your daily food intake? Below I will share with you a magical PMS tea. First and foremost, a small lesson in herbs. Any herb that is a bark, berry, root, or something other than the leafy part of the plant has to be made into what is called a decoction, and the leafy herbs are made into what is called an infusion. To make a decoction, you will have to boil the herb into a brew. Usually, for a cup of herb tea, you will use a teaspoon of dried herb to 2 cups of water because of the evaporating process. Boiling the hard parts of the herb for a minimum of 10 minutes will usually extract the medicinal content of the herb. When making an infusion, simply pour boiling water over about 2 teaspoons of the dried herb in a cup and let it steep for about 5 to 10 minutes covered, sweeten to your preferred taste if desired, and drink. Now to make the PMS tea is a little more complex due to its mix of both bark and leaf. So what you will need to do is first make the cramp bark decoction and then pour the boiling decoction over the raspberry leaf in your cup and let it steep for about 5 to 10 minutes covered. The longer you steep it, the stronger it is. Then you strain it, sweeten to your desired taste, and drink. Bye-bye cramps. The tea resembles drinking a bitter, slightly nutty tea mix, so if you find the PMS tea less than desirable, as I am sure some will, then I suggest adding your favorite herbal flavor to your PMS tea concoction to make it taste better. Ideally, you will want to drink this tea about 2 days before your period starts, during your period, as well as up to 2 days after your period. 2 to 3 cups a day will be fine. If you use a cramp bark tincture, all you have to do is place about 30 drops of it into your raspberry tea and your mix is complete. If you use cramp bark capsules, take them with a warm cup of raspberry leaf tea. As a side note, it's a good idea to always store your dried herbs in an airtight container and in a dark place such as a cupboard. And replace any herbs not used after a year.
Hello, you have been listening to Starseed Psychics podcast from www.starseedpsychics.com. Our website. We thank you very much for tuning in, and we would very much like to have you as a permanent listener, a routine listener. We put every single blog that is written by our expert psychics onto a podcast here on Anchor, and it is available on 6 platforms. We are very much looking for those who want to support us, and that is very possible. With your donations, we can provide even more for our listeners. If you can't do that, we would very much like to have you as a new client over at starseedpsychics.com, where our gifted psychics and spiritual teachers, spiritual analysis, whatnot, we have healers. We'll be able to be there for you anytime you need us. Until next time, this has been Master Psychic Spirit Walker. Have a good night.